relationship.
Yes.
So what are you trying to figure out? What would you do in that situation, Chris?
I mean, would it be okay if, like, he just went down on her or something?
No. If it was strictly a physical relationship versus an emotional relationship.
Okay, I got it.
What if it was a relationship that was leading to physical, but it didn't lead to physical yet, but like she was secretly like...
The physical isn't what bothers me. That's my point.
Well, the emotional bothers you more, right?
Yeah, that's not to say I have an open marriage and my wife can go out and do whoever she wants. That's not my point. I'm just saying that
you can.
Well, obviously, no. I think the idea of her getting some sort of emotional nurturing from another dude is a little bit more damaging to me than finding out she went out and banged the guy.
Damaging on your part, but like emotionally, like how are you gonna emotional? We're talking about divorce. Like you wouldn't get divorced over emotional friend, let's call it. But if it got to the point where it was physical, then you would.
No, that's not. It's a different emotional support that a friend is giving than a support, an emotional support of a lover. I would think.
Yeah.
Lovers.
See, I'm the complete opposite because if it was physical, then I would go crazy. If she's just talking to a dude and like telling her, "Oh, I went shopping, I got these shoes today," that's fine. But if you're gonna like,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do the deed.
It's pretty hard to draw these lines out there and really talk about it this way. But if you really think about it. Every one of our wives, and I apologize in advance if anyone's offended, has been with someone else before you.
No! No!
Has been with someone else before us. So what difference...
You mean been with them emotionally?
Well, you know what? I didn't even think of it that way. I was thinking physically.
I had an issue with my wife recently. My wife has a lot of guy friends. And
that would weird me out, maybe a little.
My wife she's one of them girls that like she doesn't really like as she's text messaging me in the middle of my sentence.
I'm hanging out with John.
You better stop talking about me now.
John says that's not true.
So she has like a lot of
I'm here with George, Mike, Harry, and John.
Her and John aren't listening.
So she has like a lot of male friends, which I have no problem with. But then like she's made friends after I've been with her, like on the internet and stuff, like local people.
The web?
And like she'll talk to them constantly and stuff, even on the phone. And I'm just like, you know what, whatever. But then at one point it was a pressing issue with one dude that like she wanted to hang out, and like we were fighting one night, and for some reason I brought out this dude, and I was just like, you know what? And another thing, enough with all you constantly wanting to hang out with all these different guys or something, like, which would just be me being a mad jerk and blowing nothing into something just for something to fight about. And then later on, I found out that she was like talking to this guy all the time, and then like she was gonna meet him for lunch or something one day when I was working.
Look,
and
Chris,
Keith,
I never had lunch with your girlfriend,
and it turned into I'll get to you after.
Wait a minute. So she had lunch behind your back with some dude?
She didn't, because I flipped out about the whole scene, and
wow.
and then she's like, just it was this whole thing about like, well, I just I hate that you tell me who I can be friends with and all this and blah blah blah.
But you think she's more friends with guys?
That's absolutely. She's barely has any female.
And it kind of
friends.
bothers you a little bit. Did you tell
that doesn't bother me. You know what? And I told her too. I was like, you know what? You can't use like the suffocating thing, because I sit and I talk to like my boyfriend while you sit and talk to all your guy friends, and I've never said anything to you, and anyone you were friends with already, if you wanted to, you've hung out with them when I'm not around, and I have no problem with it.
I guess
if you're going to fly off the handle, because I have a problem with you making secret plans behind my back.
That's the cheating part. That
and I still, to this day, I still bother her about it, because I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you cheated on me. You didn't do anything. You had no intention of doing anything, but you cheated on me.
But I guess the question is, what constitutes cheating? Like
you know what? You know what bothered me more? It bothered me more the fact that, and this is childish, but like when you're like out at work or something in the middle of the day and you're on your lunch break, you should not be calling some other dude. You should want to be talking to me. And that kind of goes along the line with Chris's whole emotional thing, I think,
See, I'm not going that far. Listen,
if your wife was having lunch with a dude that you didn't know, secretly, and she told you when she came
the
back.
secret, yes. But I'm saying what Keith just said, the last sentence where he said, "When you're on lunch, you should be wanting to call me, not someone else." I don't know
But
about
I said
that.
that's the childish part of me, you know. Granted, this
Please
also
don't call me.
This also ties into the fact that, like, after this, I started looking for any possible thing. Like, wait, so now you were going to hang out with this dude? So now does that mean like when you couldn't talk to me, it was because you had to talk to him, kind of thing? You know.
Well, let's get the.
Then I chopped the cow's head off and it's in my freezer.
See,
just waiting.
yeah, I'm a bad breaker upper. I could definitely sympathize with the cow head chopper offer. I'm like a preteen girl when it comes to breaking up with someone, or more specifically, when they break up with me.
See, but the breakup is different. Sorry, as I eat the microphone as I try and talk. The breakup is different than the cheat.
Oh yeah, the cheating's even worse. I would go out of my
The breakup, I don't
out of
care.
my head.
I've had
See, that's what I'm saying.
girlfriends-
Is I even care when that happens.
I've had girlfriends break up with me and had major problems after the fact. I think I've told stories on the air about when I was thrown out of the house that one of my ex-girlfriends called my mom and started telling her awful things about me, and I never even sought retribution. Like, who cares?
Well, let's get
man?
the
What are you
female
gonna
opinion.
do?
Like Vanessa, what constitutes cheating for you?
What, that I would do?
Well, no, that what constitutes
what
cheating?
would it be, or that someone would do to me?
Well,
would
what
it be?
constitutes cheating? Like, for example,
The emotional or the
Did my-
physical or the like.
did
what-
my wife
the
cheat on
talking?
me by making plans to secretly meet someone for lunch?
Well, I don't understand why it was a secret, unless you were being like such a jerk about her having male friends that she just was like, this is just nothing, and I don't want to hear about it, so I'm just not even going to mention it.
That's the girl instantly, automatically gravitating to another girl's opinion, and I don't think it's because of I don't think it's the desire
Well,
to.
just-
I don't think it's a desire to defend the girl. I think it's the
Sometimes-
like-mindedness. of
Vanessa,
being
how many
female.
guys do you have on the
Sometimes
side?
you guys really prattle on and harp about something that we know is just not a big deal. So it's like, why even get into it? Why mention it?
But okay, say if someone you were seeing went to lunch with a female that you didn't know, and when after he came back and said, "Oh, I had lunch with this girl,"
I would think it was very strange, but that's because I wouldn't have thought anything of it if he told me. So in my situation, meeting a girl for lunch, it wouldn't be a big deal.
will you marry me?
I mean, if I think there's going to be something going on, if I'm worried, then I should evaluate the relationship, whether they go to lunch or not.
Oh,
That's a mature attitude. I wish I could have that, but
See?
but I have a
I'm of
penis.
a mind to say, if you're cheating on me, go. I'm not going to fight about it.
Yeah, that was my whole other thing too. I was like, when I'm screaming and yelling, and she's saying like, I don't even understand what this is. This was nothing, and I'm like screaming and yelling, and I'm saying, don't string me along and waste my time for a couple of years. Just like, let me still be relatively young while I'm still trying to, be single again.
I gotta level up. I got a lot of Warcraft to
Yeah,
work
I
out.
have a lot to do. Do you know how many pounds I have to lose now?
Well, Vanessa, would you get back with that guy that sent the cow head, or no?
No,
Okay.
no.
She sounded very. You heard what she said there. She sounds very like, all right, it's done. Cut the ties. It's over. Peace.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I'm just. I like I said, it's the if it was just a physical thing. And again, I'm not giving my wife a green light here by any means, but it was just a physical thing, like one night,
Are you
drunk,
kidding me? You
drunk,
gotta let her get that-
maybe you banged someone out, like whatever. I don't think it would.
I'm
dead to
calling
me.
BS on that.
I don't think it would
you
drive
be
me.
so bummed.
I don't think it would drive me as crazy, is what I was saying before.
But it would be
before-
over.
I don't know.
Dude,
I
get
don't know.
out of
It
here.
would be
It's
for me.
different. It's you know what? I got to say it's when you get married, you take on kind of a whole. I mean, maybe it's just me, but you kind of take on.
Dude, even further, I got the dynamic of a kid involved in my
Okay,
relationship.
fair enough.
that's-
Which is even more, but at least for me, when you get married, it's a whole nother thing now. It's not just like, all right, well, all right, we'll take a walk. It's like you're not in high school anymore, and that's what drives me insane about that's what would make me violent towards a dude cheating. Having an affair with my wife while she's married to me.
So
It's
Keith,
just like we're not in. This isn't like you kissed her in biology class. I'm married to this person.
So you would divorce one physical night and that would be it.
No,
One
I don't
night
think
in
I could.
Bangkok.
That's what I'm saying
don't
about the
think you
emotional
could?
tie. I don't know that I could. I think I would have to be a sap and forgive it, and then like,
But then you
be
wouldn't
on hands and knees.
You wouldn't think about that all the time.
Every day.
Every
Every
day.
day of his
I don't.
life,
I don't think I could
I
go
think
on.
about this minor thing all the time.
The other thing is, do you think if it was the opposite, would your wife still be with you if you had one physical night out? And I know my wife wouldn't. She wouldn't.
She
deal with
claims that she would, but I don't think she would.
No, my wife would not deal with
I don't
that.
think
at
she
all.
would.
My whole thing is I'm not putting the same weight on the physicality, on just the physical relationship. I'm not putting the same weight there.
Well, I'm
I
thinking
don't
like
care. Like I mean, like